Hey people, welcome to the Friday evening stream. It's 6:15 p.m. or just a bit after. And I think it's down to about 5 degrees. It was 14 degrees earlier today, believe it or not. Which I think a record-breaking temperature for January the 9th. But the temperature is falling. It was super duper windy also, and I think it still might be, depending on where you are. And I think it's going to get cooler as the evening goes on. But it was pretty nice to get out today. I was out earlier recording a video when it was 14 degrees. Doesn't happen too often to have a temperature like that in January. But I hope you're all geared up for the weekend. I see a lot of people in the chat already. Hello, Jacob and Nadine, William Elliott, Vivian, Lorraine, Daniel, Greg Keating, John Nicholson, Carol L. Lee. Good to see you all. Zach and Gertige and Jillian, Jennifer Haley, Lee John, Fast Rick, Leo and Jacob, and Retro World with a $5 super chat right off the bat for the Root Beer Fund. Thank you very kindly, Retro World. Much appreciated. Cheers. And I'm using a brand new gimbal for this stream. Recall in my last live stream I was talking about getting a new gimbal. My old one was not holding up very well anymore. The battery life was down to nothing and it didn't handle the wind and whatnot very well. And I got a very generous super chat to go towards a new gimbal from John Law, I believe. So today I actually went and picked one up. Hey Nadine, $3 for a hot chocolate. Thank you, Nadine. Much appreciated. Cheers. Whoops. There I am. I do still have to connect my phone to the power bank though, and that's what just happened there. The cord on my power bank connecting it to my phone pulled on my phone. So my next step is to get a new phone that has a better battery life. This one is old, as you all know, and the battery doesn't last very long unless it's plugged into the power bank. So that'll be next, but for now I still have to do the power bank thing. Hey, Carl Roth and Tavane, hello. And Chowdhury. And hello, Scott. And Colleen. I have my power bank in my pocket with a long cable, but I don't think the cable is quite long enough. I might have to just carry my power bank to prevent it pulling on the phone. Oh, the troubles of a live streamer, I tell ya. Hey, Picard, how's it going? tea, Earl Grey, hot. And the Inspired Life. Yun Wa Uni, hello. And everyone else, if I missed anyone, welcome all. I'm on Gerrard Street. I think I'm going to head north up Church Street. Maybe we'll go north for a while. We'll see how far we get. And then at some point I'll probably head south again. Hey, Tom Seeley. And Alex Oliveira. And I think this new gimbal I have has a much longer battery life than my previous model. Hey, what's up, Howard? $50 for a Beatles shirt? Yeah, I'll pass on that. Hello, Pamela, and everyone. How is everything? Everything is okay, I guess. You can feel the temperature getting colder by the minute here. Hey, Transit Mobile Scooter, $2 for a warm drink. Thank you very kindly. Cheers, Transit Mobile Scooter. Much appreciated. Hello, Baby Top G. And I can also connect this gimbal to my phone with my DJI Mic 2. There's a little transmitter that came with the gimbal. It's like a module that is a tracking module, but it has a transmitter built in also to connect a mic to your phone. And I'd be using it right now, except I need to plug my phone into the power bank. Otherwise, I'd have my mic connected to the phone right now. So we're just going with the phone's microphones, as I usually do. Hey, Missy Yogi Bear, or just Yogi, I suppose. How you doing, Yogi? I don't think I've seen your full name before, as they show now. Good to see you, Yogi. Another moderator in the house. Andre Wood, hello. A windy, warm spell, that's right. Although the warmth is going away, it's getting chilly now a bit. I wasn't sure what I should wear. I decided just to put on my winter coat, because I figured by later tonight it'll probably be fairly cold again. And Vivian, holy moly, $25. Back pay because your subscription was canceled. Thank you very kindly, Vivian. Back pay, late fees, you know, these are all very important. Cheers, welcome back, Vivian. Thank you for the back pay, much appreciated. Hey, YT, hello. See how windy it is when I turn the camera around. My hair is just blowing all over the place. This gimbal is also smaller and lighter than my last one. It barely feels like I'm holding anything, even with the phone on it. Hey, Famous Master. Could I describe the smell at the stockyards? It just smells like dead animals. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it. It's that funky smell of flesh that is decaying, I guess. Not the best smell. Hey, Danube, 10 Rial for the hot drink fund. Thank you. Thank you also, Danube, for contributing. Cheers to you, Danube. Much appreciated. Oh, so much generosity flowing in tonight. Keeping me warm and hydrated all at the same time. Hello, Jerry. How you doing? Mandy Haynes. Yeah, and I think just in a couple days it's going to be back to freezing temperatures again. This is just like a very short-lived reprieve, I think, from winter we had today. It melted a heck of a lot of what was left of our snow anyway. We didn't have much to melt, but it did a good job of getting rid of most of the rest of it anyway. There's just little frozen bits left here and there along the sides of the streets here, where they get piled up when they plow the sidewalks. So these little bits are left here. But most of the grass is completely showing again. Lawns are back. Kisses my candy. I'm on Church Street, heading into the Church-Wellesley Village. So walking north on Church. We're at Alexander here, on the east side of downtown. Hey, Felicity. I'm out in the wind. It's not as bad though. It's not as bad as it was earlier. I'm hoping for a nice chill stream. I recorded a video earlier today when it was crazy windy, so that'll be coming up on the channel.
Yeah.
You're in Midland. I know where that is. I grew up in North Bay, which is further north than Midland, but you know, it's probably a similar sort of experience growing up in both of those places. North Bay is bigger than Midland, but just a smaller place away from the big city, up where the snow piles up real good. I'm in the Church-Wellesley Village right now. That's where I am. Hey, angry Canadian. And Toronto's Do Up Music Guy, welcome. Some views from the village. Hey, what's up, Jimmy? Another Midland viewer. Is that just a coincidence? Right, crossing Wellesley. Right in the heart of the village here. You want to get a gyro, or is it a hero? I've heard many different ways to pronounce that word. Hey, what's up around Toronto? You're welcome. Jacques, hello. Anvil Alley. I always get a kick out of this. There's a metal band from Toronto called Anvil. I wonder if they know about this alley. I'm sure they do. They probably had lots of people go, hey, did you know there's an alley in Toronto called Anvil Alley? Hey, Yvonne, hello. Oh yeah, I heard about that right after it happened, Jerry. Very sad news. Dead Dog Records. I kind of like that name. Barbara Hall Park. There's nobody here. Huh. Weird. Usually when you walk past this park, you point your camera away because there tends to be people hanging out that might take issue with being caught in a stream or in a video. It's not often you see it just empty like this and you can just actually show the park without having to worry. Hey, Adam Cote. What's up, Mr. Adam's Apple? Whoops. I pulled on my own cord that time. When you have the cord going from your phone to in your pocket, it's easy to accidentally hit it with your hand or your arm or something.
Well, yeah.
I'm rewatching a show that I watched about 10 years ago called Man Seeking Woman. It's like a absurdist comedy starring Jay Baruchel, the Canadian actor. You might know him. And the show was shot in Toronto, although it was set in Chicago, but shot in Toronto. And in the first season, I think this is where he lived. The main character in the show, I think, lived right here in the first season. I think they changed his location in the second or third season, though. That show is so funny. I don't think I watched the whole thing the first time it was on. I think I only watched the first season. So now there's a second and third season that I'm watching. Almost 10 years later. Like, it ran from 2015 to 2017. Anyway, I recommend it if you like goofy, absurdist type comedy. I think it's on Disney Plus if you're in Canada. Yes, I'm using the new gimbal right now, Gertish. We're at Isabella. Hey, Steve Atlas. Luckily, I haven't caught any of the bugs that have been going around. Been hearing a lot of people have been coming down with really, really nasty cases of the flu. Hey, what's up, Graybo? I think some entire families have been wiped out by that flu bug going around. Not like wiped out, but you know, just down with the sickness. Hey, quad mods. Yeah, the wind has died down a lot since this afternoon. It was redonkulous when I was recording earlier. Hey, what's up, Joseph and Jack? It's a Disturbed song, right? Alright, I'm going to keep on following Church Street. It loops around and meets up with Yonge. Then we'll just walk north up Yonge for a while. Crossing Charles. It's Condo City around here. Hey, Sal Smith. Trying to get the hang of doing this with my cord going into my pocket here. I need a higher pocket. I have it in my coat pocket down low on the side. If I had a higher chest level pocket, that would be better. Hey, Mike Landry. Oh, I'm getting this lady's cigarette smoke. It just always goes straight into my face, no matter what I do. As a non-smoker, I've always found it pretty curious how if I was hanging out with friends who were smokers, every single time their smoke would drift directly into my face, no matter where I was sitting, to try to avoid it. If I sit on one side, the smoke would drift over into my face. If I change positions over to the other side, then the smoke would change positions and drift over to my face over there. It just happened every single time. I couldn't get away from it. What's up, Brent? And unfortunately, most of my friends were smokers, so it was a constant struggle. Most of my friends were like into the arts and musicians and that sort of thing, and it tends to go hand in hand with being a smoker, I find. Maybe back in the day, more so than today. I think today a lot less people smoke than used to smoke, but it's a pretty common thing if you're into the arts and music. You're most likely also a smoker. I wasn't, though. I was a bit of an outlier. I was part of that crowd, but I wasn't a smoker. Alright, we're crossing Bloor. There's a fire truck. It's going where I'm going. You too, Tom, yeah. Yeah, I was definitely a bit of an outlier being part of that scene where I didn't smoke or drink or partake in any illegal narcotics. I didn't do any of that stuff. I was like a curiosity. Hey, RKB. Have there been a lot of sirens today? Hey, Ziggy. What's up, Harold? Alec Marshall, welcome. Quit smoking 20 years ago. Yeah, I think a lot of my friends who were smokers have all quit. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them have quit in the last, 20 years. Jacob is giving us some Bon Jovi lyrics, I think, there. I'll spare you all and I won't sing those. What's up, Damon Washington? No, I never have smoked. Never tried it out, never took it up. I just didn't see what benefit there would be from trying it or anything in the first place. I think for a lot of people it's like a social thing, Same as with drinking, I guess. It's a social thing. Starts off as a social thing and then it becomes a nasty habit or addiction. Hey, Billy T. I remember when the straight edge movement sort of became a thing. And then some people that I would meet after that movement became known would be, oh, so you're straight edge. And I'd be like, oh, I guess so, but I mean... This is just how I've always been. Before people even said straight edge, I just was always a non-smoker, non-drinker. I didn't join the straight edge movement or anything, I just was that way. A basketball maven. Well, there's certainly worse addictions you could have, Felicity, so I think you're doing okay. Yeah, I remember those days, quad mods. You could smoke everywhere. Movie theaters, city buses, sitting down in the mall, anywhere. Seems almost insane now that that was just considered normal. Hey, Mr. Niles. See, my gimbal is doing some neat things here. Let me see if I can turn it back around. There we go. Hey, Chatty Cathy. And Lisa, hello. Alright, we're at Yonge. Church ends here, but then it continues on as Davenport Road on the other side. We just walked along there during another stream, but this time we're going to go north here on Yonge. Over 400 viewers. We didn't blow away. I almost blew away when I was out earlier today. But thanks for joining the stream, everyone. Hello to any new viewers. Good to have you. If you want to come and say hi in the chat, that is totally cool. You do have to subscribe though in order to participate in the live chat. Doesn't cost you anything, and it would be much appreciated if you wanted to do that. Hit the notification bell if you do subscribe, because you'll be able to catch future streams. You'll be notified when I go live, or if I'm posting a pre-recorded video. Every day it's one or the other, basically every single day. one or the other of those. Hey, Bernie. Hey, Mary. Good to see you. What is this? What are we, like in the upside down or something? Isn't that what this looks like? Looks like all those viney things that are all over everything in the upside down, right? If you watch Stranger Things. What? What's that way? It looks like Stranger Things, yeah. I just had two dinguses tell me to point my phone this way and not towards them. Okay, but they're walking the same way I'm walking. So what am I supposed to do? Hey, E Cypher, hello. All right, they went into that building, so I won't have to walk behind them. Hello, Ida. Hey, Tina to me. Going all right, first last. Still a bit windy out here, not as bad though. Thankfully. Hey, Alfred Oliveira. So make sure the cord is plugged in. Six viewers. Oh, 419. It was 416. North we go. hear a subway pulling into Rosedale Station. They have that distinctive horn that they sometimes sound, you know, that high-pitched horn they use. Hey, KLE. Station. Looks like they're finally finished whatever work they were doing. Took years, whatever they were doing. It seems to be mostly wrapped up now. When the TTC is doing a job on a subway station, I noticed it takes a very, 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 very long time for them to complete it. There's a couple that are still ongoing that have been being worked on for like about 6 years now. They're still being worked on. College Station comes to mind. They still have some of these here though, these construction modules or whatever they're called. Offices, little portable offices. Should we watch a subway go by? Let's go. It's just right here. We can see the trains go right under the street here. And you also get this awesome view of the Bloor Yorkville skyline here. Well, there's one going right now. We'll see more trains once I get a bit further north. They run above ground for another stretch once we get north of St. Clair. Or at ground level, I suppose, at grade. There we go. Hey, Martin Van Owen. Hey, Rebecca. Probably not named for the metal band, I'm guessing. Saying there was a local metal band, sort of a legendary metal band called Anvil. There was the subject of a really surprisingly good and heartfelt documentary called Anvil, the story of Anvil. If you're into music documentaries, I recommend that. I bought it on DVD, I liked it so much. Sort of like the underdogs of the metal scene, you know? They were purported to be the next big thing at one point, and then it never happened, and they saw lots of other bands become big, huge, famous stars, and it never really happened with them. But in the end, they ended up making a good name for themselves, and that documentary, of course, helped out a lot too. Yeah, I live downtown, close to where I began the stream. I don't think I've heard them, or maybe I have, I don't know. Hey Jefferson, hello. Is here. So if you haven't heard, or maybe you didn't see the title, I'm using a new gimbal for this stream. I just bought it today. And there might be a video coming up where you get to see my walk where I go to a local Best Buy store. Hey, Chris Mills, good evening. Getting chillier and chillier. I think it feels like below zero with the wind chill now, unfortunately. Yeah, thanks, Ida. My old gimbal, as you know, is on its last legs. Could barely stay alive anymore, especially if it was windy. It just couldn't handle the wind at all. Hey Demiz, hello. Hey, thank you Lorraine. To Midtown. Some would say we're already in Midtown. I suppose we are, but it doesn't really feel like Midtown to me once you get up to around St. Clair or close to it. The old North Toronto rail station. Now it's a fancy LCBO. If you know, you know. I think most people know that. Great building though. And this one looks like it's almost finished construction here. Hey, Stan the Wanderer. You're the wanderer, yeah, the wanderer. You wander around, 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 around. Arcade Outpost, welcome. Here's the fancy LCBO. High stick vodka. How's that for a bottle? Hey, Hazel Hut. There's another one. High stick whiskey. Thanks, Demis. All that karaoke, you know. Susie from TO. Richard, you're at work? Okay. Your secret is safe with me. Diaries of Sarika, welcome. Hey, we're 1 hour in. Where will I be when we hit hour number 2? Should I get a mani-pedi? I think I deserve one, don't I? Look at them, they're being all pampered. Why can't I be pampered? I want to do that. Actually, I don't really, but let's just pretend I do. A red yo-yo, red with rage. Watching from San Antone. Have you had a name change, or is this another San Antonian watching? I don't know if they offer that at that place, Scott. I didn't see any dudes in there, so I'm going to assume no, they don't offer that there. Hey, Drew. Going uphill. I'm streaming up that hill. Meow, meow. Meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. It's hard to do those weird noises. Hey, first time caller. I think we'll be at Dundas Square when I hit hour number 2. I don't know. I don't think I'll make it that far. Dire warning. And Jan Neeson, hello. We're heading north up Yonge Street. Yonge and St. Clair is up ahead. Are there any currently running movies worth seeing in the theater? Do you think that's worth it, Anaconda? What about that one? Charlie the Wonder Dog. Hey, Christos, hello. This one's coming soon. Another one coming soon. I don't know, none of these are making me feel like I want to make a trip to the theater. housemaid, Cindy Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried, in a movie together. December 19th, that one's like way off, unless that was last December 19th. Do they mean December 19th, 2025 or December 19th this year? Hey, ray of sunshine. Gotta capture this view. It just came out. Okay, so I guess it was December just passed. Kind of funny putting those two in a movie together. I wonder who the main demographic will be that goes to see this movie. It's hard to tell, right? Maybe it'll be one of those movies that couples can go to together and they'll both have reasons to enjoy it. Different reasons, you know, but reasons. Hey, Alicia, hello. You love Bruce Springsteen? Kind of a random comment there, but I did recently watch that movie that came out about Bruce. I didn't see it in the theater or anything, but I watched it in another way. Hey, Grady Robinson, hello, hello. Was it Jeremy Allen White plays Bruce Springsteen? I thought he did a good job of sort of being Bruce. Sort of has a similar look to him, similar build, you know. His hair, they could make his hair look pretty much the same. Hey, Choppy, hello. We're almost at St. Clair. My real name is definitely not David. If you want to get technical, it's Kenneth. That's what's on my birth certificate. don't even have David as my middle name. My middle name starts with C, but I will let you just guess or try and figure out what you think that could be. Good guess, but nope. Nope, nope, nope. Carlton Banks. I wish. Nope, no one's gotten it yet. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. Hey, Mark M, hello. All right, we're crossing St. Clair. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, no one's gotten it yet. Fun. I knew there's so many C names. Ooh, it's windy here. It's because there's tall buildings here, that's why. Holy wind. Good guess, first time caller. But nope. Wouldn't it be funny if it was Continuum? I wish, but nope. I want to pan up at this building, but it's so windy. I'm afraid my gimbal will protest. Nope, no one's guessed it yet. At least, I don't think. I'm not sure if I missed a name or two, but I didn't see any that got it right. Chowder. Imagine I had a middle name Chowder. Not Craig. Ooh, someone got it. Someone got it. All right, someone has just guessed my middle name. I guess I can tell you all. Okay, who got it? Tina to me, you are right. Tina to me got it. Took a while because I guess it's not that common anymore as far as names go, and it's sort of a unisex name too, right? But I think it was more common with boys. Do they win? They win me saying, good job. Hey, bestest times reborn, hello. Alright, we're past the tallish buildings, so the wind has died back down. Yeah, it's Corey, but without an E, just C-O-R-Y.
I didn't see it.
Hey, what if I want to be a Chad? I could be a Chad. Hey, squeaky cat. Hey, hey, I'm Chad. Hey, what's up? I'm Chad. Hey, hey, Chad here. Hey, 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 I'm Chad. Hey, see, I could do it. I could be a Chad. Hey, girl, I'm Chad. What's your name? Squeaky cat. Yeah, I have a slow mode on just so spammers aren't able to spam and that sort of thing. A Jeff Baloney ferry. And crikey. And Jessica, welcome. What am I doing for this weekend? I don't know. Probably record a video or two or three. It's going to be back to more normal temperatures, unfortunately, but that's okay, I guess. Pretty much should expect that, right? Hey, Davy Bear. Yeah, it's Corey. That was a fun little game. My middle name is Cowabunga. Ken Cowabunga. Walking past Mount Pleasant Cemetery. Hey, Brad Palmer, hello. People are still guessing. It's been revealed. It's been revealed a while ago. It was Corey. Tina to me guessed it. Yonge and Davisville was your old stomping grounds. Okay, well, party on to you too. There was a two subways passing in the night. Color purple? Maybe it does. Maybe I just use a made-up last name, so people don't know what my real last name is. Ha 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 ha. Kind of dull walking past here, past the cemetery. At least you have the subways to entertain you. Your last name is Shagwell? I believe it. I believe it. Yeah. My middle name is Danger. I'd like to master many other languages so I'd be known as a cunning linguist. A master cunning linguist. Yeah, this graveyard goes on forever here at Mount Pleasant. It's humongous. Yes, Felicity Shagwell, a very well-known name in the Austin Powers world. Why is it so windy? Oh, because we have taller buildings, that's why. Taller buildings equals wind. Hey, Dixon Cider, hello. Subways. Yeah, I'd rather not have those initials first last. Thankfully, I don't have those initials. Yeah, Davisville is right up ahead. Davisville Station, Davisville Village, Yonge and Davisville. Alright, we're almost an hour and a half in. Let me think here. Hey, Martin. Yeah, I'd rather have the Sunshine Band than those other initials. I'm just trying to decide if I want to walk up Yonge or veer over to Mount Pleasant. At some point I want to turn around and go south again. At some point. This is Merton. New buildings rising here. Yeah, Merton is lined with tallish buildings, but it doesn't seem too windy though. Go. Listen to the sounds of the world around me. That's what I like to do. Hey, Jonathan, hello. Yeah, Merton Street. It's just a street lined with apartment buildings and condos, basically. And the cemetery is right up on the southern side of the street, on the other side of these buildings. So all these people in these buildings here have a nice view, looking over at Mount Pleasant Cemetery. Walking with my boots, my new boots. Still getting used to walking in these things. Okay. Why is my gimbal showing a red battery indicator? That shouldn't be happening. It's fully charged, or it was fully charged. And this gimbal is supposed to have a much greater battery life than my other gimbal. No sir, I don't like it. Cars just coming out of nowhere. Hey Sam, hello. Well, over 400 people watching. I'm walking along Merton Street. Glad to have you. Thanks to all my regular viewers, and welcome to any new viewers. Or maybe you're a regular viewer and you haven't subscribed yet. So by all means, this is your chance to finally go ahead and do that. I'll try to make sure you don't regret it. Come and say hi in the chat if you want or not. Comment recently in one of my pre-recorded videos that said, how come I never thank people for watching or subscribing? And I was like, pretty sure I do. I mean, I usually do, don't I? At the end of every pre-recorded video, I say a thanks. And during most of my streams, I say thanks at least once or twice, I find. I don't know. Because obviously I appreciate everyone who watches, everyone who subscribes, and everyone who supports the channel also, of course. Yeah, my blister is pretty much disappearing. There's still slight, very slight pain, but nothing like it used to be. I can hear these boots squeaking still, though. They're still new enough that they do that, the squeaking thing. Hey, Jasmine, hello. A few businesses here. Gimbal is flashing now. Why is it dying so soon? This should not be. Why does this be? Why? Why? I might have to plug my power bank into my gimbal for a while here. Unplug my phone. Plug in my gimbal. Now my phone isn't plugged in. It's not that cold out right now either. I mean, it has been an hour and a half, but come on, that's not very long. We're getting some buffering here. Well, at least my phone won't die as quickly without the power bank because it's not freezing cold and there's no crazy wind chill, so that's a plus. We'll see how long I can keep the phone going now while my gimbal is charging. Yeah, this new power bank is very hefty. It's a beast. It is a beast. Here it is here. Look at this thing. Look how girthy it is. Still have 86% juice inside this thing. Actually, this power bank has a built-in cable, so I guess I can plug that into the phone, or I can plug it into the gimbal. Yeah, so I can do that, keep my phone alive longer. Let's do that. Plug it here. Okay. Plug this in here. Okay. Plug this in. This might be tricky though. Plug that in there. All right. All right. Everything is plugged in. Now can I hold all these things without it being too ungainly? Let's see. Can't hold the power bank too far away from the gimbal because this cord is pretty short. The built-in cord is not very long. But everything is plugged in at least. Phone and gimbal. Hey Doug, hello. Hey Rosie. Cornelius, that would be a cool middle name. The only Cornelius I ever knew was one of the chimps from Planet of the Apes. Look, I have a light. This gimbal has a light also built in here. It's kind of neat. Do I need more nods? Not really. I don't have any plans of adding any more mods or anything. I do know there are people who are interested in becoming mods though, but I'll just keep those people in mind if I ever change my mind. In mind if I ever change my mind. Should get a fanny pack. Did we pass the shorts wear? I didn't even notice. Yeah, any mod can take a break anytime they want. I'm perfectly capable of doing the modding myself. I might miss some things here and there, but it's not like it's the end of the world or anything. But if something is really nasty, I'm sure to notice it and I can take care of it. Hey, Lumiakin, hello. Robin Man. There's the Yonge Eglinton skyline and Davisville Village over here. Let's see if this power bank actually recharges my gimbal. It's still flashing red. Yeah, everything I use is USB-C. That'll change though if I buy an iPhone. I'll have to get like an adapter or something if I want to use my microphone setup with my new phone when I get it. Alright, we're walking through Mount Pleasant Village. Hey Derek, hello. Hey, have a good night first, last. See you in the next one. Hey, FBG. Corey, hahaha. Got another Corey. And 420 people watching. For those who indulge, this is your moment. Oh, Fans Buses Gaming, wow. There's a blast from the past. Hope you're doing well. And hello, Sandy. Happy Friday evening. iPhone 15 onwards are USB-C? Is that the case, really? Oh, well, I guess I don't have to get an adapter then. I just assume they're still using the lightning port. Well, that's good. Good to know, good to know. Yeah, lots of great little businesses here, restaurants, shops. It's a very cute little neighborhood shopping strip. Busy restaurants. That one's packed, I just noticed as I walked past.
What you doing?
Live stream. The guy was like, "What you doing?" feels quite mild when the wind isn't blowing still, but definitely a lot cooler than it was earlier. Well, I meet all kinds of people, you got that right. Most are nice people, some are kind of dipshits, but you know, that's humanity for you. Yeah, streams are just start walking, you know, that's pretty much how most streams go. Pick a direction and go. I might have a vague idea of where I want to end up or something, but the route isn't always planned out. Sometimes it is, but oftentimes not. Sometimes I just go, I'm gonna walk up this street for a while and then, alright, I've walked enough on this street. Maybe I'll go over along this street for a bit now. And that's kind of how it goes when I'm live streaming more often than not. Whereas pre-recorded videos, I usually have a route in mind that I stick to. Not always though, but most of the time. And they're often much shorter, obviously, like a half an hour to an hour. Whereas streams are hours long, sometimes over 3 hours, sometimes 4 even. Oh, a couple of supers. Fans vs. Gaming, $2 super chat, thank you very kindly. And Billy T, a $5 super sticker, thank you. Thank you to both of you. Fans vs. Gaming and Billy T, much appreciated, cheers. Support is awesome. This used to be a movie theater. Now it's a church of sorts. This light, I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. It's the little streamer that could. Still going, you got it. Almost 2 hours in. What's my favorite walkable street? I'll just default to Yonge Street for that because it seems to be the one that I find myself on more than any other. I think I'll be back on Yonge Street pretty soon actually as I start going south again. almost at Eglinton. I'm not going to go any further north than Eglinton. I think once I hit that street, I'm going to hang a left and go back over to Yonge. Got my phone and my gimbal both plugged into the power bank. Whoops. Pulled on the cord. There we go. Oh look, my gimbal is charging finally. I'm not sure why the battery only lasted like an hour and a half. That's extremely disappointing. That better not be what I'll be expecting out of this gimbal on a regular basis. I was expecting it to last at least 3 or 4 hours on a full charge. Whoops. Why is the light on? Oh my god. Hello everybody. Let's go back around. Well, the light works. Let's turn that off. There we go. It's just doing all kinds of things here that I don't want it to do. Why do new things let you down sometimes? Yep. And my phone came unplugged. New things are supposed to be better, not worse. I don't know if my phone is sitting perfectly balanced in the gimbal. Stuff down for a second. All right. A bit tricky to do because my power bank is enormous, as you know. There we go. It's an Osmo Mobile 7P. That's the new gimbal. Hey, Diva Tequila, hello. Alright, we're on Eglinton. Hello, Hallie. You're a fan of the L Tower. It does have a neat design. There were lots of issues with the building for a long time after it first, you know, filled up with residents, though, if I seem to recall. Issues with the elevators. And then they had a hard time getting the derrick off of the top of the building. After they took down the tower crane, a little derrick was left on top of the building, and they couldn't get it down, and it stayed up there for a long time, a couple of years, I think, after the building was completed. They finally managed to take it down. Hey, Tiana. Alright, so my gimbal is charging. It's not flashing red anymore. I'll have to look some things up when I get home about how long these batteries are expected to last in these gimbals here. This particular one, anyway. RoboCop movie was filmed in Detroit. Are you talking about the original RoboCop movie from 1997? Or 87, I mean? Because I think that movie was shot in Dallas, but then it was just set in Detroit. And then the remake was shot here in Toronto, the remake of the original. Watch Bull Cop, Good Cop. Or isn't it Bull Cop, Bad Cop? I don't think I've ever watched that. I know about it though. It's kind of a famous movie, right? A famous Canadian movie. Alright, we're almost at Yonge and Eglinton. Yeah, there have been lots of French-Canadian movies that were like critically acclaimed, but I haven't really seen many of them. I think I did see one called Jesus of Montreal. That might have been the only one of the sort of French-Canadian movies that I went to see, since it was being given such awesome reviews and all that, and I remember enjoying that movie. It was a long time ago. But I guess, you know, when I'm watching a movie, I just prefer to watch movies that are in English. I'm not really too into reading subtitles throughout an entire movie. I mean, I've done it, obviously. It's not hard to do or anything, but it's just not something I seek out or anything. So I'm probably missing out on lots of awesome movies in other languages. Hey, Regenerative Designs Australia, hello. Steven, we're at Yonge and Eglinton. Is there a Johnny here? Is there a Wild Strides in the chat? I think I missed the comment. Was it a real Johnny or a fake Johnny? Oh, that sounds like the real Johnny to me. That comment definitely has all the markings of the real deal. Not a doubt in my mind. Well, sit back and laze away, Mr. Strides. You've earned it. I saw you out and about today. What's with that beep? I think there was someone crossing the intersection walking behind me. I was just crossing as the light was just turning red for me, but I was able to cross, you know, while it was technically still green for me. But there was someone walking behind me, and they were going to have a red light, but they kept on walking, and that car was making a turn. and they were honking at the person behind me for walking through the red light. I think that's what happened there. They weren't honking at me. Are you not supposed to turn in all directions here? Or is it just from Yonge Street? I'm not sure. Maybe you're not supposed to turn at all from Yonge and Eglinton in any direction? Well, nevertheless, that car was honking at the person. Even if they were making an illegal turn, they were just honking at the person who was crossing. Because the guy behind me told the driver to F off when he got honked at. Just typical Toronto stuff. Hey Cam, hello. Hey, the Mandarin is closing soon, right? No more Mandarin pretty soon here. Hey, Mr. And it's not from lack of business, it's always busy. I think it's just because this building is slated to be redeveloped at some point. Maybe their lease ran out, I don't know, one or the other, or both. Yeah, Mr. That's some good songs. Hello, Mary, how you doing? It's like a big crowd here. What are they doing? Alright, down Yonge. I'm not going to go all the way back down Yonge because we walked up Yonge, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a turn up ahead. That'll take us off Yonge. That's putting it mildly, Mary. Hope you enjoy the walk. Thankfully, there are other Mandarin locations you can go to, just won't be here anymore. I wonder if they'll find another location sort of in the same neighborhood somewhere. I think they do well no matter where they were, if it was somewhere around Yonge and Eglinton. Hey, are we getting a nasty person in the chat? Should I give someone the band hammer? Or maybe Vivian already did it? I just saw Lisa reacting to something someone said. Range Rover, behave yourself. I didn't see what you said, but couldn't have been that good if this is the reaction you're getting. There's a perfect example, right, Mary? Although that time it was in the chat and not out on the street. Alright, my phone is at 100%. I might try something before I end the stream. I might just try out my microphone setup. Since my phone is fully charged, I can unplug the phone from the power bank. And then I'll try to get my DJI Mic 2 connected to the phone, just to try it out in a live stream, since this new gimbal has that transmitter that allows me to use a Mic 2. I can actually connect two mics while I'm streaming with this little handy transmitter here. It's a tracking module, but it also acts as a transmitter for a microphone. We'll just try it and we'll see how it sounds compared to my little MacGyver setup here with the foam and the elastics covering up the microphones, protecting from the wind. We're at Yonge and Manor. Have a good night, Choppy. Hope to catch you in the next one. Hello, Levi. Hello. Alright, have a good night, Mary. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good night, which I just said. Have a good night, and also have a good night. And don't forget to have a good night. Here's some handy little benches here. Maybe I'll put these to use and I'll try to plug in my microphone here. We'll see. Unplug my power bank for a minute. Hey, Queen Victoria. Hello, hello. Plug this in. Plug this in. All right. The mic. This is connecting. Why you no connect? Oh, all right. I think it's connected. Can everyone hear me? What does everyone hear? It's told me it's connected. Does it sound like less sort of windy and whatnot than it did before, or? Does it sound okay? Yeah? I've never used an external mic with a while I'm live streaming before, so this is a first for me. I've always done it the MacGyver way. right, I guess it's working. This is the mic, yeah. The phone was the phone was before, now we're on the mic. I just unconnected my power bank from everything. So I've stepped into the 2020s here. Better late than never. So it sounds okay? Huh. I had to try a couple times to get it to connect though. But yeah, this is very handy. The only issue is I have to plug this little transmitter into my phone. So the port on my phone is not available. If I want to charge my phone, I can't do it. Not with this setup anyway. There's another little transmitter that Johnny showed me that you can plug your phone in. Well, it's plugged into your phone. You can plug another USB into it to charge your phone simultaneously. So I might still get that one. Hey Robert, hello. All the gadgets and tech you need. It's a bit much sometimes. Yeah, I'm using the mic too. Originally this gimbal did not support the mic 2, but then they updated the firmware because a lot of people were complaining that you have to buy the mic mini when some people already had a mic 2 and they're being forced to buy a mic mini. So they listened to the complaints and made it possible to use the mic 2, and I have 2 mic 2s, so that worked for me. Hey Grady, I'm very far from home. Very, very far. Like an hour and a half walk from home, around. This is nice. I'm just walking along with just my gimbal and my phone, obviously. No power bank attached, no extra cables or anything. Alright, we're almost at the point of Yonge Street where I was earlier when I turned to walk along Merton Street. So I'm not going to walk down there again. Hey, have a good night, Vivian. Thank you once again. Thank you for the super earlier and for taking care of some potential trolls tonight. Alright, we're going to walk along Chaplin. There's another subway. Cheers, Vivian. That's right. Do all those things that Vivian just typed right there. Ooh, nice view. Davisville Station. Sounds like the train shut off. Just got quiet all of a sudden. I guess not. I think it's pulling out. Oh, there's another one. Hey, have a good night, Nadine. It's super nice out right now, Lisa. Yeah. The wind has died down. It's still mild, like fairly mild. I mean, compared to, you know, the last few days. It feels great out here. I'm not even wearing any gloves right now. I took off my gloves and just didn't put them back on again. No gloves, no hat. My phone is not dying immediately, so everything is going pretty good. This is Davisville Station. I still have these MacGyver foam and elastic things on my phone though, because I didn't take them off. I'd have to take the phone out of the gimbal to take them off, so they're still there, but they're not actually doing anything right now. Some residential areas here. Fairly nice residential area here, actually. Lots of mature trees, yep. I'm on Chaplin right now. I'm going to walk over to Oriole Parkway, I think. And then we'll go past Upper Canada College. Fancy boys' school. The Sioux is still buried in mountains of snow. There's more snow up here than there is downtown. I mean, there's at least little bits of snow left on the lawns here. Downtown, it's all gone. Hey, Bradley Taylor, hello. All right, Tiana. So we're just getting a little residential walk here. All right, no worries, Bradley. My plan is to record a video after the stream, so that's why I'm not walking all the way back home. I want to end the stream somewhere that's far enough away from home that'll allow me to record a decent length video, or maybe even two, as I do make my way home. So I'll be out walking for probably another hour after the stream ends before I finally can put my feet up. Still got some Christmas cheer here. I think that's good. I think January, you know, being such a gloomy sort of month after the holidays have ended, people should leave all the Christmas lights up. Just at least to get us through January. Make things a bit more cheerful. Because once... Oh, look at this one. Because once all the New Year's stuff is over and behind you, it's just months of winter blah. That's all you have to look forward to. Like a good 3 months or so. Alright, here's Oriole Parkway. Kind of a busy street, sort of wraps around Upper Canada College. It's basically Avenue Road, or the continuation of Avenue Road. And it loops around once you are on the southern end of Upper Canada College, and it becomes Avenue Road again. I don't think I've ever walked along here in a stream or in a video. First time for everything. This is really familiar to me though, because when I lived in North Bay, whenever I take the bus, the Ontario Northland bus from North Bay to Toronto, this is the route the bus would take as it was making its way into downtown Toronto. Jillian, yeah. I'm pretty sure you've heard that before, right? think I've mentioned it, oh, maybe 1,000 times before, maybe? I don't know, give or take. Some nice apartment buildings here. Hey, thank you, Diva. Look at these neighborhoods here. We're sort of on the eastern edges or fringes of Forest Hill. We're not like right in the heart of Forest Hill, but once you go west a little ways, I think you can firmly say that you're in Forest Hill. These are great old apartment buildings here. These are ones that I've never walked past before on the channel. Just driven past while inside of a bus. Yeah, that's true, Lisa. I do like these apartment buildings though. John Rocks. This cargo. I think these are the grounds of Upper Canada College over here, and you can see the clock tower through the trees there. That's the all-boys school. School for rich kids, basically. Yeah, a lot of the snow did melt, that's for sure. Especially downtown. When I first woke up, there was still a little bit of snow covering the grass. In some of the yards I could see out my window. But by the time I was getting ready to come outside to do the stream, the snow was all gone. It was just grass. Major melting happened today. But yeah, it's going to get cold again, of course. Good idea, Lisa. I think I will too, although I do that every day anyway. Save the clock tower. I think this is a typical Toronto winter. There's always mild spells where things melt. As long as I can remember, it's always been that way. And then there's cold spells that come afterwards, maybe one or two big snowstorms. Not always though. People have short memories. They say things like, I remember like a few years ago, there was like 2 feet of snow or yada yada yada, and then I can go, oh, let me check. And then I look at one of my videos I recorded on that day, you know, 2 years ago or whatever, and I can see exactly what the weather was and exactly how much snow there was. And oftentimes it's not what people seem to remember or think they remember. It's like, oh look, there was actually hardly any snow on that day. You must be thinking of another day. Try to forget. But Toronto Reddit is really bad for that. I think you are on Toronto Reddit sometimes, aren't you, Lisa? All kinds of hot takes to be found on Toronto Reddit. People talking out of their ass all over the place. I rarely comment on there, but if I do, it's usually about something to do with Toronto specifically, something very Toronto related, whether it's something to do with neighborhoods or developments going on in the city or transit type stuff, very urbanist type topics. That's usually the only thing I comment on. If someone is saying something just patently wrong or just talking out of their ass, sometimes I can't help myself. I have to put in my 2 cents. Not saying I'm always right or anything, but sometimes I know they're wrong anyway. It's like, well, that's not right. Someone has to at least try to say something that's closer to the truth here. Yeah, the mods are terrible on the Toronto subreddit. They're terrible. I've had a bunch of things I've posted taken down, usually a photograph or something, that seemed perfectly fine. In one case, someone might post something like a picture of a giant snowbank, say, when we had those big snowstorms. So I did something like that. I posted a photograph of garbage cans sitting on top of like a 5-foot tall snowbank. I thought that was like precarious. I was like, oh my God, look at these garbage cans. They could just fall and land on somebody walking along the sidewalk. And other people post similar kind of stuff. Doesn't seem to be a problem. I posted that picture and the Toronto mods just took it down. The mods at Toronto Reddit just deleted it. And they've deleted other things I posted too. Alright, this is where Avenue Road continues here from this point. What are we at here? Almost 3 hours into the stream. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to end the stream, I think. And then maybe this is a good point to take a walk south down Avenue Road, recording a video. Avenue Road is over here actually, but yeah. Thank you very, very kindly. Oh yeah, Lisa, sometimes people post pictures that are years old of the Toronto skyline saying like, here's Toronto, here's this pic I took of Toronto, look at how nice the sunset is. And the pic is literally like over 5 years old or even older. It's like, okay, like why didn't you post that like 5 years ago? It's ridiculously out of date now. But as I was saying, I could rant about Reddit all night, honestly. It drives me bananas. But I'll save that for another stream, I guess. We'll have a ranty stream maybe next time. But thank you very, very much, everyone, for joining me on this still mild Friday. Of course, it's cooled down a lot since it was 14 degrees in the afternoon. But I had a lot of fun. Trying out my new microphone here, seems to be working well. On warm days when my phone doesn't die, maybe I'll use this setup instead of my MacGyver setup. But I hope you can catch my next live stream. I'm thinking Sunday or Monday will be my next live stream. I'm leaning towards Monday, but we'll see. But in any case, like, share, subscribe, you know the drill. Do all the things, hit all the buttons. And I'll be premiering a pre-recorded video tomorrow evening that might have something to do with buying this new gimbal and getting blown away by the wind. So around 7:15 p.m. tomorrow, that will be premiering on the channel. Hope to see you in the live chat as we watch that video together. And a big thanks to everyone, all the new viewers, all the old viewers, every kind of viewer. It's great to have you all. Hope the new viewers come back, and the old viewers too. And thank you to the mods. Cheers, Vivian, Alan K, and we think we had Yogi earlier. Another mod popped in. And thanks to all those who sent support with the Super Chats, Super Stickers, or any PayPal donations, which I'll have to check later on. But cheers to everyone for supporting. Greatly, greatly appreciated. And thanks to all the channel members too, of course. And just thanks for watching and all of that good stuff. All right, I'm gonna shut her down and I'm gonna get ready to record a video. So have a good night, everyone. I'll see you all in the next one. Everyone's saying good night, Corey. All right, night, everyone.